Today's video is a conversation with my wife. My wife, yeah, a lady who does not want to be on camera ever. But she came home recently and said, "We need to do a video. I'm serious. We need to do a video." So here's the deal. The other day, she had gone with my nearly 84-year-old aunt to buy a new car, a new Subaru. They found the car. They loved it. They were told no surprises by the dealer. And there weren't, not until they were in the finance manager's office. What happened next to them may help you the next time you buy an RV or a car or a truck. And as you listen, see if you can relate. If you can, drop a comment down below.
So we were going out to look for two different kinds of vehicles, and we just happened to pass the Subaru one. We weren't aware that it was there, so we turned in there.
Okay, so it was between a Toyota.
Yes, a Toyota RAV4.
It's because she wanted dependability.
Correct.
And she had a specific budget, a top dollar.
Yes.
Okay, so you find a Subaru, what happens?
Well, she loved it, and I think it hit all the bells and whistles that she wanted. She wanted things for safety, security, multi cameras, the lane adjust and all that. So yeah, she and this one had the color she wanted. It had everything.
Okay, so you called me up. You said we found it, and
you said, "Well, watch out, but go slow because you know what these people are going to do." So the salesman brought another man in. I guess he was the sales manager, and he came in and I asked him a few questions. I said, "So what you see on this?"
And she's almost 84 years old.
Right. So we're sitting at the salesman's desk, and he brings the sales manager in, and he sits down and he puts a paper in front of us, and I said, "So this is the amount she's going to pay. There's no gap insurance and hidden fees or anything that's going to surprise us."
Why did you ask that?
Well, because of you've taught me.
Okay. And so and what did they say?
So he said, "No, we do not add anything on." He said, what you see here is what you're going to pay.
Awesome.
So we were excited. She was excited because I had briefed her a little bit how pushy they can get. And so we kind of thought that may happen, but he said no. We felt good about that. We went on to lunch, thought more about it, got more excited about it.
And you called me.
And I called you and told you that we were going to buy it. And you were like, "Wait, slow down. You're not at the finance desk yet. Take your time. Make sure you go slowly."
And what did you tell me?
No, I told you just what he said. I said, there's not going to be anything added on. And so I felt confident in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when we talked and you were at lunch with Aunt Charlotte, you weren't happy with me. I mean,
no, because you were pushing the fact that what they were telling us was not true.
Well, it might be true, but you wanted to she found the car,
right,
the perfect car in the price. Everything's good.
Right.
Let's go get it.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to help you tap the brakes, but y'all didn't want to do that.
No. Well, because I knew how excited she was and everything looked perfect.
Okay. And because the guy told you that's the price you're going to pay.
Correct. On this piece of paper, we looked at it.
So now lunch is over. You go back to the dealership, and I hadn't heard from you in a while.
Right.
And all of a sudden you start texting me. What happened when you went back to the dealership?
So they took us into the finance guy's office, and he started asking her. He said, "Well, I don't think you're going to need gap insurance." And I said, wait a minute. There's nothing added on. You're not going to bring these things up to us because you don't put those. You don't suggest those. You just do it. Your dealership doesn't do it like that. Subarus are so well made. You don't need to do this.
Real quick, if you're looking for RV dealers, I recommend, or other RV help links, they're all on my RV resources page. Just scan the code or click down below.
So we looked and he started saying, "But you do need an extended warranty because with the Texas heat and all that." And Charlotte, she's like, well, maybe that makes sense, given my age. And if something happens, I want it to be covered. And I said, "But Charlotte, this is a brand new vehicle. It's going to have a manufacturer's warranty for the first, year or 3. I don't know."
But wait a minute. Wasn't that the price? That was in addition to the price?
It was in addition, $2,200. But The way he
But they
worded it is he told her it's only $35 a month. And all of our salespeople here get that insurance
well,
when they buy a vehicle.
so only an idiot would say no to the
Correct.
extended warranty.
Correct. And he was very annoyed that I was texting you.
And what were you? Why were you texting me?
Because I was telling you they were putting the push on us, and it wasn't what the sales manager told me. Now we're in the finance office, and the whole game changes.
Okay, and so this went on. How long did you think that the closing, the signing of the papers, was going to take? No, what did you think going in?
15 minutes, and he said this is going to be real quick. Everything's
of course
done.
It is. And how long did it take?
About an hour and a half.
Okay,
and he actually banged on his table and said, "Ma'am, do you need to wait for another text before we complete this?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" And I said,
So you were annoying him.
I guess, yeah.
Or was I annoying him?
Both of us. And poor Charlotte was sitting there like, should I do this? Should I not do it? I said, "No, Charlotte, no." And that's when he said, "Do you want me to leave the office?" And I said, "Please close the door." And so he left. And that's when I called you and you talked with Charlotte and told her, "Do not do it." And she thought that it was just going to be $35 a month. He made it sound so beautiful.
Okay. So let me give you a little bit more information here. Our aunt has she has the money to write a check, pay cash for the vehicle.
Right.
But she was told by the finance person it would be a better deal if she could just go ahead and make payments, and just for a couple of payments.
Right. Even if you wanted to make them for a year.
But I thought she was only going to make them for a couple of months.
Correct. But they had started out that the interest would be 1.9%. Then all of a sudden, I see on the paper it's 2.9%. And I said, "Well, what changed?" "Well, when we're going to do a 7-year note." And I said, "Well, she doesn't need that."
She's only almost 84.
Yeah, he wanted to do a 7-year note. And I'm like, and then the interest goes up.
And it was only $35 a month
for that, the $2,200 that was going on the top of the loan. But they put it on this other paper. It's $35 a month. So it makes it look appealing.
Would you say one word to describe this was confusing?
Beyond confusing.
That's 2 words.
And I was confused, and Charlotte was befuddled, to say the least.
Okay, so you were confused, she was confused, and you felt like you were being manipulated. I mean,
we felt very high pressure. It was very high pressure. I was shocked because here we are there to buy a vehicle. She's paying for the vehicle, and they're annoyed because I'm trying to get to the bottom of some things, or I'm uncovering some things that they don't want.
You're just asking questions.
Correct.
Asking for straight answers.
Correct.
Okay, and so the big part of the confusion, and then we're going to kind of wrap this up, but the big part of the confusion, I think, was when they said, you need to get the extended warranty, but if you pay the loan off early, what was going to happen? Describe that. What Charlotte thought was going to happen if she...
Then she would have to pay that $2,200.
See, I thought you told me something different. I thought that Charlotte was thinking, I'll pay the $35 a month extra.
Oh, and then it will extend for the however long. And she thought that. She didn't know.
Okay, now I'm confused. See, this is... That's why I say get the bottom line price in writing, and if it ever changes, say thank you very much and walk out.
Right, we should have done that.
But you're so excited. It was a beautiful, and she ended up buying it.
Yes,
she ended up buying it. But what she was, I know this because she told me. She assumed that she could buy this, get a loan, even though she could write a check for it, and she could get the extended warranty on it, and then pay it off in a couple of months, and she'd still have the extended warranty for the next 6 years or whatever it was.
Right, and she thought that it was only going to cost her that 2 month of $35. And that's the way he made it seem. And I said, "No, you need to tell her that." And he said, "Well, no car dealer would give you a 8-year warranty for $70 if you pay it off in 2 months."
Right, but Charlotte didn't understand
She
that.
didn't understand
and
it.
So you came home and you were excited because y'all got the car.
Right.
But you were worked up because of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Why did you? I mean, you're the one. You don't want to. She don't like to do videos, but you're the one that goes. I want to do a video. Why?
I never thought that this would happen to me. That I would see the things that you've been talking about all these years, and all the people that have been caught in this situation
with an RV.
Yes,
is it similar?
Yes. And now there I am sitting, dealing with exactly what you've been trying to tell people to not deal with.
But even then, you got sucked into this thing because it's a pretty car.
Yes.
They've got a deal. We don't add anything. And let me introduce you. Talk to me about how nice these people were.
Oh my gosh, they were so nice. And I don't know why we had to meet 3 different people. But,
I do.
yeah, just to kind of,
Manip-
move you around and shuffle you. And, well, this guy said that. Well, no, now you're in the finance office. It changes a bit. Now you need this. And there was something else they wanted her to get, where they seal the seats and all that kind of
fabric
stuff.
protection, paint protection, all those kinds
Yeah.
of things that nobody adds on until they add it on. And then they will say, well, you're the one that wanted it. You clearly had an option to do it. You didn't have to do that. And this is what I'm talking about. It's that we do get excited. And it's a beautiful car.
It is beautiful.
It's a beautiful little car. And I think that will be, it will last her.
Yes.
But that's why when the guy left the room, and you were telling me about the extended warranty, I said, wait a minute. A Subaru and a Toyota RAV4, those are 2 of the most dependable cars made today.
Absolutely.
That's a fact. They are dependable. That's what that little old lady wants.
Yes.
She wants dependability. And now they're selling an extended warranty just in case something breaks. And I said, wait a minute. Are you telling me that the most dependable car on the road is probably going to break? And you asked, and that didn't.
Yeah, and he said, well, you never know what's going to happen. You never know it. It's better to be prepared.
Well, I knew because what he put in writing in the beginning was it changed.
Absolutely.
And you didn't get up to
almost
walk away.
$3,000 of changes.
Yeah.
So, the one that she was leaning towards was that extended warranty until I just said, no, we're not doing it. Do you trust Alan? She said, yes, I do. And I said, well, then we're not getting it. And that's when the fist went down and he said, I'll be right back.
I'm not trying to make enemies here. I promise I'm not. And I'm not trying to say that every dealer is crooked and finance people, they got to make a living too. But when that gut feeling, did you feel, I know you did when you were talking to me, that you must have felt uncomfortable in that closing room.
I was very uncomfortable. And I wasn't even the one buying the car. I was very uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable for Charlotte too, because she was uncomfortable and confused, as was I.
So your takeaway here is what? I mean, for people that are watching, what would you suggest?
Only pay what the amount of the vehicle is, and don't add on anything. Because
unless you want it. But if they give you a price,
right?
I'm not trying to finish your sentences for you, but once they give you an out-the-door price, that is the price.
Correct.
Because that is the price. They don't have to add on all these other things.
No.
If you want to purchase them, that's okay.
Right.
But they're extras. They're optional. And they don't need to be presented in a way that makes you feel like a fool for saying no.
Right. And I'm still really a bit more than peeved that the sales manager came in and I specifically asked him about these items. And he said, no, we do not do that.
Yeah.
We will not do that. And then when everything changed, I'm like, what the heck are we doing here? What's going on?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it was just...
I'm so glad you got to experience it because what you don't know is when she came home, I'm going, what? You mean they tried to manipulate you? She's like, yeah. I said, well, how many of my videos have you ever seen? Have you ever seen any videos talking about what to do and what not to do?
I was a bit embarrassed that we were in that position.
But it's natural because you do get excited. It's like I said, it's a beautiful car. An RV is beautiful. Finding a dealer that you can trust.
And here's the thing. When everything you wanted in that vehicle or RV is right before your very eyes, it can be yours.
Just sign here.
Yeah, just sign. And it would have only been $2,200 more. And she said, then when she realized that it wasn't going to be $35 that month and $35 the next month, and then it would continue, she was like, no, I'm not paying that because your vehicle is warranted already. And by the time something happens, it's out of warranty.
Yeah. And again, I'm not trying to get on the finance people because they have to make a living too. I've heard that the finance people are some of the highest paid people at a dealership, whether it's an RV dealership or a car dealership. And I think that if confusing people is part of them making money, that's why you hear so many horror stories.
Oh, yeah.
So, extended warranties work for some people. I bought them before, years ago. I bought them on some cars, but I don't do that anymore. Not saying that I won't, but I will absolutely, once you get to the bottom line price, that if that price changes, thank you very much.
Correct. Because then you're in for a swindle.
But here's something else that the day of the month that she bought that Subaru,
Was the last day of the month.
the last day of the month.
And there were a lot of people in that dealership.
Absolutely. and the reason for that, and this is important too, is because RV dealers are no different. They've got monthly quotas. They had, they got to get those things off the lot.
Right.
And so they do extra incentives. They do extra markdowns, anything to get something sold before 5 o'clock today, before they close. And I think that's what they were doing. That's why,
yes.
When you were calling me from lunch, and I asked you, was a dealership crowded? Oh yeah, there are a lot of people there.
I was surprised, but
that's because that's when they sharpen their pencil, so to speak, and the deals really get good. They're never going to give a vehicle away, give an RV away, but if you want a good deal, a great price, I think towards the end of the month is a better time to.
Yes. One other thing that I found funny is that when I was explaining to Charlotte, I said, this is where they start making money. When they add these things on, these are where the dealership makes a lot of money. And he said, ma'am, I'll have you know that my paycheck doesn't increase if I sell this to you or not.
You know what?
And I was like,
No. I believe that. I believe his paycheck. But if you think that he's not compensated additionally for selling those things with a bonus, or he met his monthly quota, or you think there's so much, and I hate to be this way. I say that I used to trust people, and now it's sad.
It is sad. It's.
But human beings, that's what human beings we all do. Mm-hmm. I conned you when we started going out to make you think that I was a decent guy.
Oh my!
Didn't take you long to learn that I'm not
Sorry,
that. That's all right. That I'm not that decent of a guy. But anyway, well, thank you for sharing your story about you joining Aunt Charlotte, and
it was an experience.
Hopefully, you got something out of this. If you have had an experience at a car dealer or an RV dealer that it was confusing or high pressure, we would like to hear from you. Drop a comment down below. And, if you want to find the RV dealers that I trust and that I have vetted, highly recommend, give them an opportunity to earn your business.
Or the car dealers I trust. No, I'm just teasing. Now let's do this right. Come here. That's better.
Right. Well, there you go. Has anything like that ever happened to you? Have you ever been sitting in a finance office, buying a car, a truck, or an RV, and suddenly thought, hey, wait a minute, what exactly am I signing? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. I'd really like to hear your story. And do me one more favor, would you? Let Lisa know that she did good. She just hates being on camera. She hates it. But I think she did really well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this one. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and of course, don't leave your good manners at home.